Welcome, wonderful friends, to the Sunday rune and card readings. Thank you so much for joining me. This is today's chart for midday here in the UK. And I wanted just to touch base with some of the planetary alignments, mainly because there is such a karmic kind of flavour around at the moment. And I don't know about you guys, but all week I have found whenever I have been outside in nature, for all the chaos that's going on within humanity and across the globe, and all sorts of upheavals in our personal lives as well, massive transformations, lots and lots of karmic stuff surfacing. I have found whenever I'm in nature, there has been the most extraordinary stillness. And within that space, just slowing myself down, I have really found guidance just flooding in. So I've chosen 3 stones here today to guide our readings, to bring extra energy. All of them they kind of create a very particular connection to our guides, our angels, to that higher level of guidance that is available to us if we can become still enough to receive that information. So the chart for today, the moon is aligning today with the north and south node. She's sitting with the south node opposite the north node, who's also sitting with Lilith, speaking to us of our deepest desires, of the need to right any injustices in our world. And Saturn, Father Time, bringing that wonderful karmic restoration, or a desire for restoration, is in a grand trine with the nodes, with the north nodes. So there's a very big karmic flavour around. And as I said, such a space of stillness every time I go outside. It's been really, really interesting. So let's tune in with the additional guidance that we have today. So first of all, reading number 1 is going to be connected in with Angelite. Now, Angelite is a really high vibrational stone. It's very, very peaceful, very tranquil. It attunes us to higher levels of frequency and is said to create a direct channel of communication with our guardian angels. I mean, it's also said to really, really enhance mediumship and our psychic gifts. So a really beautiful channel of information through to our guardian angels and our guides with reading number 1. Reading number 2, I've chosen selenite. Love selenite, it's one of my favourite crystals. Selenite gets its name from Selene, the goddess of the moon, and you can see, I mean, it just literally attracts and emanates light. This is an amazing crystal to use to sort of almost like recharge the batteries of other crystals if we leave it out at, during the full moon. But it's also actually associated with the third eye and the crown and etheric chakras. So again, really, really good energy for linking in and connecting in with our guides and our angels. It's also known as an abundance stone. I think perhaps because it has such a sort of a generous, giving nature. So again, an amazing crystal to align and communicate with our guides and our angels. Lastly, but not leastly, we have aqua calcite. I mean, again, this stone is just almost like pure divine guidance. Again, it opens our crown chakra, but also our third eye chakra too. Again, this is supposed to be kind of connecting us very much to our spirit guides. It's an extraordinary crystal to sit with in meditation, actually, and again, particularly around the full and the new moons. But it's a lovely crystal to carry with you in your meditations, to sit with you in your meditations if you're, again, wanting to connect to your higher self. It's also said to help to free us from any limiting beliefs and attitudes, and it also is said to enhance and amplify our ability, again, our psychic abilities. So all 3 of these crystals, although they are very different and they offer slightly different, there's a different energy around them each, all of them align and connect with higher guidance. So it'd be really interesting to see what comes through in the 3 readings. Now, for anyone who wants to just fast forward to the readings, the timestamps are in the information box below, and they are also in the comments as well for phone users, so you can connect in there. There's also a link to, I have an email list that I've set up for anyone who wants to be in my monthly draw. I give away a free pack of the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards and a free private reading every month. And this month, as you will, I'm literally, watch out for the announcements, because I'm going to be making the announcement for August, the August winners. I'm also giving away some diaries, the Art of Manifestation Astro-Moon diary for 2022 and the journal for 2022. And I may even throw in some extra goodies and crystals as well, as it's kind of quite a celebratory time of year when we're edging towards the point when the diary and the journal become available. So watch out for the video where I make those announcements, and I'll give you the information as to how to get in touch with me to access your prizes, any of you guys who are winners. So, wonderful friends, I'm now going to draw the cards and the runes. For some of you, you may already know which reading is speaking to you, which of the crystals was really connecting and singing to you. If you're not sure and you want to sit with me while I draw the cards and the runes, please do so. I know some people like to do that. If you just know already which reading, as I said, click onto the timestamps below and access the readings there. So, first of all, we're actually going to use a different tarot pack for each of the readings here. Now, in the first pack, we're going to be using the Gaia Tarot. This is Dreams of Gaia. Wow, that card has flown out. I'm putting it back because this is a pick a card reading, and I don't want us to actually see any of the cards before we actually make our choices. This is very much about following our intuition. So this, we're going to draw 5. I got 5, yes, I thought so. Now for our second pack of cards, we are going to be using the Tarot of Light. The second pack of cards, yeah, our second reading. This is the Tarot of Light. And lastly, we are going to be using the Light Seers Tarot for reading number 3. Now, I have also this week been incredibly gifted to receive, very, very blessed, to receive some beautiful gifts, including some new cards. So thank you very, very much indeed. Very, very beautiful cards. We have, again, an Oracle pack. It's the Spirit of the Animals Oracle pack. So I'm going to draw from these as well. We'll just be drawing one card from this pack for each of the readings. Beautiful cards, beautiful energy. Really found myself bonding with them straight away. And we're also going to draw from the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards as well. Okay, so my wonderful friends, lastly but not leastly, we will draw from the runes. And today we're going to draw 3 runes. Okay. So wonderful friends, pause the video if you're not yet sure which of the readings are speaking to you. Press the pause button, tune into your intuition and just sit with each of the readings, focus in on the crystals, see which one, or sometimes for some people it's more than one, see which one is really speaking to you, and I will see you in the readings. So much love to you. Namaste. Welcome to reading number 1. We have this beautiful, beautiful angel light raising our vibration, emanating peace and tranquility and attuning us to higher frequencies. Let's have a look at our runes first of all. So we have the rune of separation, we have the rune of harvest, and we have the rune of signs, signals, synchronicities. So the rune of separation, Othilla. You've outgrown something. You're shedding a skin. It's like a snake shedding a skin. You've outgrown a situation and you need to move beyond it. You need to let go of something that was, it's something that was previously appropriate for you. Now this could be a somebody, it could be a circumstance, it could be a behavior pattern or a thinking pattern. But one way or the other, you're needing to let go of a pattern in some way or something that used to work for you, but you need to move beyond it. Sometimes this literally means moving house. It's associated with real property. You're moving, moving beyond something. Now you're moving into a position of harvest. It's like a new cycle of growth. The rune of harvest says you're not necessarily going to see results immediately. You need to nurture, you need to support, you need to build, you need to grow. So you're stepping into a new phase, you're leaving something behind. The rune of harvest involves cycles, so you're moving into a whole new cycle. It's like a new beginning. You're going to be shown the way. Things are being shown to you. Now, whether you are experiencing, whether these come in the form of a challenge or whether they come in the form of openings or simply synchronicities, signs, signals, things are opening up for you. And this is really right and proper that you follow those signs and signals. You're letting something go and you're moving beyond it. Let's have a look and see. Wow, take a leap. Dragon. First of all, your beautiful, beautiful spirit animal card is you have the dragon card. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shape shift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. You also have the card of take a leap. This card is an invitation to take a leap of faith. Sometimes, even when we desperately desire change, we procrastinate and find all kinds of reasons as to why we should stay as we are. It is completely understandable to be anxious when stepping into the unknown. This card is calling you to trust and make that move. This is the right time for you to be moving forwards. I'm going to move our beautiful angel light up here and move our dragon card over. Let's see what else we have. This is interesting. So Queen of Earth, but she's in reverse. Okay, so something is not moving forwards when it really, really needs to. Maybe you've retreated for some reason. You've withdrawn for some reason. Something has been going on in your world and you've needed to retreat and take care of yourself. But there comes a point when we need to move out of that safe zone and step back into the world. That's what we're being shown here. Now, will we be able to get, I might move our beautiful angels up here actually, I think, and give us a little bit more room. And I think we should be able to get our cards in one single row across. Will we be able to do that? Yeah, I think so, just about. Yes, I think we can just about squeeze them all in. Lovely. Okay. You need to step into your own power. It's like a phase is coming to an end here, a phase of life where you didn't have a voice, or you didn't feel you could walk tall, you couldn't be who you were meant to be. Stuff was in the way. It's time to leave that behind. We're going to do some energy shifting here. In fact, actually, yeah, let's move this here. I'm going to shift the cards around. With reading number 1, I always inevitably have to work out where we're going to position everything so that we can see all the cards in the reading. And this is where we're going to be, I think, like this. That kind of feels right. Okay. You're really being asked to step up into your own power. There either has been or there is an aspect of competitiveness around you, rivalry. It's almost as though, in fact, I would venture to say bullying. I think some of you have been really bullied in the past, and it's had an impact. You've stepped down rather than stepped up. This is part of the learning curve here. We have the Queen of Earth sitting in reverse. We then have the Three of Air. This is about education. It's about lessons to learn, karmic lessons, bearing in mind the astrology at the moment, the astro energy, Saturn, Father Time, asking us to restructure and rebuild the new. The Seneschal as well, 12 of Earth, service to a higher purpose, justice, the law, but sacred law is what I'm being shown. I think you have experienced some aspect of bullying in your life that has really caused such a huge impact that it made you afraid to be who you could really be. It's made you afraid to step into your own power. It's made you afraid to have a voice. It's made you feel as though it's not really okay for you to be you. This is your time. This is your time. Signs, signals, synchronicities, the way is going to be shown to you. It really is time to step up into your own. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the unknown. Don't be afraid of having that voice. I really want to say that your angels, your guides are really supporting you. Whatever this was, there is something, some energy around you where you're facing something, you're standing in your own power, and it's much deserved. I love this card, Dragon, Supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. Everything in this reading is saying, look, you have the wisdom. You've learned from your experiences. It's time to step up. It's time to let go of the past thoroughly, properly. Know that you have the right, that there's something you've wanted. It's really, really clear. There's something you've wanted, and it's as if it's always been just that little bit out of reach. That little bit outside your comfort zone. You know, whether this is a career pathway or a relationship, a loving, intimate relationship, whether it's stepping up and being a part or a member of your community and being fully yourself in the presence of others. You're really, really being shown here that you're not alone. It's time to step up and take a full ownership of who you can be, the very best version of you. Don't be afraid of competition and bullying. It's taken its toll, that's what I want to say. It's really taken its toll. But you've come out of this with knowledge and awareness here. We are going to do some energy shifting in this reading, because really the Queen of Earth, we want to right this energy. At the moment, there's still some aspect of you that's feeling a little bit reticent, a little bit raw. I think you know you've done the work, you've done the learning. I think you know that you are deserving. I think in your heart of hearts, you know that you're deserving, you know that you're worthy. I love that this little piece of angelite it's kind of come in a heart shape. I noticed that as we placed it out when I was preparing for the readings and smudging everything. It's formed a heart shape. You know in your heart of hearts that you've done the work. You are deserving. It's time to step up. It's just that there is this kind of little bit of a wobble or a bit of you that says, I know, but you know, it's safer to stay at home, or it's safer not to take that risk, or everything here is saying, actually, it's time. This is your time. It's time for you to step up, to take that risk, to move forwards, to be the best that you can be, and to rise with dignity. This is rising up, over and above. This is having a voice. It's being you. It's following your calling. The signs will be shown to you, the way will be shown, and you are supported here. And what we're going to do, we can just sit with the energy of this reading as we sit with it. And this is not in any way feeling negative, but there is, it's really it's really asking you to look at something within you and it's sort of giving you that confirmation and saying, look, move beyond this. It's time to move beyond. So we're going to move the Queen of Earth here. We're going to put her into a different position. Okay, so sit with the energy, the flavour of this. Now, what you actually can't see, because I zoom in to sort of try and get the, a certain space to be working with, but just outside of this piece of card on my desk that I'm doing the reading on, I have a whole row of amethyst crystals. Now, amethyst is a master healer. So we're going to utilize, we're going to bring in some of that energy here. So whatever has taken place, whatever you are afraid of, you've learned from this situation, okay? So I'm going to move the Queen of Earth here. I'm going to bring her over here for a moment. That's already changed the dynamic. Now I'm going to put this here. This is the past. Okay, this is not something for you to be afraid of anymore. I'm actually going to surround this card of unhealthy competitiveness, bullying, envy, that kind of stuff. I'm going to surround it with some amethyst crystals. Okay, it's time for you to step into your power. Okay, I'm going to put these here. Beautiful. I'm just going to seal that. It's time for you to step into your power. In fact, actually, I'm going to move that even further back into the past. We can observe with love. We know that people do all kinds of things for all kinds of reasons. It doesn't mean that we should in any way buy into their energy. Okay, you've learned from your lessons. It's time for you to step up into a pathway of wisdom. It's time for you to embrace the world, to nurture your own harvest, your own new existence, your own new life. It's time for you to take that leap and stop the procrastination. Step up, step forwards, have that voice, apply for that job, talk to that person you've always really liked, step forwards, have that voice, grasp that opportunity. Seize the moment. It is time for you to enjoy, literally enjoy. That's what's really coming across here. This is the past. You don't have to be fearful because you have your own strength. This is very solid here. It's sort of wisdom that's come through experience. The universe is going to support you. The letting go is really appropriate. In fact, I'm just going to place that there as well. Oh, that feels good. That feels good. This is what you're letting go of. You're moving away from something, including any residue of emotion that was left with you. You are moving to a space of harvest, and the signs, the signals are going to be shown to you. It's time to take that leap and move forwards. Wonderful friends, I really want to honour your pathway because, in my counselling practice, for those of you who know my readings, you'll know I worked as an accredited counsellor therapist for 28 years, and I know the full impact of being targeted and bullied, and I have worked with people who have had to work so hard to move beyond that residue, whether they were targeted within their families or whether they were targeted at school or within the community by people who envied them. There's an essence of envy and competitiveness that's unhealthy that's taken place. It is time for you to move beyond it, to step away. I mean, even in partnerships, in intimate relationships, sometimes a partner will target somebody because they kind of want them to be successful, but they're kind of really envious of them too. It's time to really let go of that. It really is. This is your time. Step up, honour yourself as I honour you, because this level of work, it's very karmic. That's the energy around. You're restructuring. You're probably in reality processing some aspect of persecution that has not just taken place in this life, but in previous lives as well. That's the karmic pathway. You are being guided, you are being supported, and the universe does support your growth and your movement forwards away from your safe zone and into your stretch zone. It is time for you to come into your own. Big respect and so much love to you. Namaste. Welcome to reading number 2. Let's have a look at our runes. So our first rune is the rune of the warrior, the spiritual warrior, the pathway of the warrior. This rune speaks of discernment for me. It's like getting really clear, having good boundaries as well, making very clear choices and decisions actually on your pathway. Okay, so decisions need to be made here. We have the rune of gateway, the rune of gateway and the rune of wholeness. So there is a very clear pathway that you need to follow. The rune of gateway asks us to pause and to really, in a way, to meditate. It speaks of the metaphor of climbing to the top of a mountain and sitting down and meditating and looking back over your entire life and everything that has led you to where you are today, and actually giving, I always feel it's a rune that speaks of giving gratitude for everything, even the really, really difficult and rubbish things that have happened. We're still in a space of gratitude for all of the learning. And in stepping into that, we kind of shift. It's like we let go of something, anything that's hindered our progress, and we move forwards, we move through. Selenite would suggest that things are being illuminated for you. You're being shown the way in some ways. Stuff is coming to light. You're seeing things differently. You're on your own pathway here. This is a karmic pathway, a karmic shift. The rune of wholeness says, you know, there is really only one way to go. And this speaks of, I mean, this is a rune of tremendous power at this point in your journey. There's only one way to go, and it literally speaks of regeneration at a cellular level. God, these readings are so powerful in terms of the karmic influences that are going on astrologically at the moment. Let's have a look and see. Okay, so we have a card, the bigger picture. Sometimes, particularly during times of accelerated growth, we feel confused and overwhelmed, unable to see the woods for the trees. This card asks you to stand back and to see the bigger picture. Everything is happening just as it should, and you will soon regain clarity. Okay, we have the dolphin card. This is interesting. You're being asked to play. It's almost as though you're so busy on a particular pathway, trying, I think, to get it right, that you're working really, really hard. You're very diligent in the way that you're attending to everything. I mean, wow, I just want to say that's awesome. You're not playing enough. And you're needing to step back. This reading is saying, look, you do need to make choices and decisions here, but you'll be much clearer about those choices and decisions if you are able to step back and just relax. We have the card Six of Hearts, the card of the past. Three of Angels, clarification. The Moon, illusion. You're needing to see something. You're needing to see something and make some course corrections in some way. Some adjustment is needed. We have the Sun, vitality, and the Three of Hearts, joy. This is really interesting. I feel as though you've struggled within relationship. That's what I'm really being shown. You've struggled within relationship and you're moving through and beyond something. Literally, you are changing at a cellular level. You're regenerating, you're moving forwards. And it is a time for review. This is a really good opportunity here to review and gain the clarification that you need to really think about what you want. There's some issue around relationships or some issue of the past that you are putting down, but it's quite interesting. It closed you down in some way, or it left you feeling as though, yes, it's left you depleted. That's the energy that's coming through here. So for some of you, yes, this does connect to some aspect of relationship. Do you know, for some of you, maybe you have literally been poorly. You've not been well. And you're in a space of recovery, actually. You need to relax and enjoy. for some of you, you've just worked and worked and worked solidly, which is why there's some reference again to relationships. It's almost as though your work-life balance has been out of balance, out of kilter. Things are coming through for you guys, okay? Your desires are manifesting. There is only, the pathway to wholeness is in front of you. You do need to make some decisions, some course corrections, but what you're being asked to do here is to actually stop, relax and play. Stand back from a situation, whatever is bothering you or whatever is worrying you or whatever you're trying to persist at. Take some time out, take a breather, step back from it. Swim in the happy joy of living. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom, go with the flow. I think everything is moving forwards for you, actually, but it is almost, and I was going to say, I would really like to invite you to prepare yourselves for celebration, okay? I think the way is going to become clear. In fact, I would venture to say that I think doorways are going to be opening for you. You do need to assess. There is some navigation here. There is some evaluation to be understood. You're going to need to make some decisions as you navigate. But you're being asked not to worry about this. Don't be fearful about it. Something is getting sorted out here. Literally, this regeneration at a cellular level. It's almost as though, because it hasn't quite happened yet, whatever you're manifesting, because it hasn't quite happened yet, I think there's been an aspect of perhaps despondency or, where I would check in with this is that if we think about the astrology at the moment, just about all of the big outer planets, they're all in retrograde. So the retrograde energy is really quite, I almost want to say quite heavy. And if we're working very, very hard to manifest something and we're very focused, what tends to happen, I think, with that level of retrograde energy, it feels like we're walking upstream. I've spoken about this before in some of the other readings. Now, as we move into the next 3-month cycle, October, November, December, as some of the big boys start to move forwards again, we're going to start to see those seeds pushing through the soil. But it's almost as though we've planted seeds and they haven't yet really sprouted, or they've sprouted but they're not growing very quickly. And I think they are actually growing. It's just that they're growing, the growth is taking place behind the scenes. It's taking place beneath the soil. It's not yet manifesting in our external world. We're still doing that internal processing, that karmic processing, the letting go of the past, the nostalgia. There's definitely nostalgia around, looking back, but clarification is going to come. Healing, some of you are really in a process of healing. So I'm kind of seeing lots of different layers of this. It's a generic reading, so it's going to apply, the overall message is going to apply to all of you, but in different ways. The big overall message is step down, have fun, relax, play, breathe in confidence and exhale fear. It's time to step away. I think when you step away, you'll gain greater clarity. Stop looking back and start to just get present and have fun. If you're having to make decisions, and I do think there are choices to be made here, those decisions are going to be easier to navigate if you cut yourself some slack and give yourself some time out. That's what's really being shown here. And your work is going to pay off. I think there's a little bit of underlying fear, whatever you are manifesting, that it's not happening. And I really want to say that it is. It's being orchestrated around you. Sort of almost seeing a bubble around this reading with loads and loads of stuff going on outside of it, but you can't quite see it yet. It literally is. All of that nurturing, all of that investment is going to come to fruition. Be prepared to celebrate. Get ready to celebrate. Renewed vitality is coming your way. I feel like you're going to get an injection of energy. Whatever you are manifesting, it's going to emerge. I always feel with the moon, sometimes we can't quite see clearly. We can't see what we want to see, or we can't see something emerging. I mean, we can't see the roots under the soil, and if we dig them up to look, we're going to disturb them. But actually that growth is taking place. And for me, the moon is very often representative of like a rite of passage. We're coming through something, we're growing, we're moving through. Yes, there is review, but this is also saying take time out. By all means look back, but only look back in gratitude for every life lesson you've received that has helped you to be who you are today. Selenite, illuminating what you need to see, showing you the way, even in darkness. So even if you are tired, some of you have been poorly. I'm really seeing that. Some of you have had a situation that's weighed you down. Some of you have been working so hard, you've almost experiencing burnout. There's something of a physical tiredness here, but actually this is what's coming. I did some energy shifting in the first reading, and I'm going to do some here as well, actually, just so that we can really move the energy forward, so that we are linking in with what is coming. That space of playfulness that opens up, renewed vitality and renewed joy and celebration. If you are in any way looking for something, or for those of you that are connecting in with this particular reading, if there have been relationship issues, you've been hurt in the past, this is time again, go out and play. If you get invited to a party, and you're able to go, because that's where you're probably going to meet someone, you're going to have fun. There's something about stepping away from the perspectives of the past and freeing yourself to move forwards here. And you know, sometimes if we are stuck and we have a decision and we're not sure what to do, you know, sometimes it's only when we step away that the answer becomes clear to us. And there is only one way to go here. There's only one way forwards, and that is your own pathway of wholeness, completion, and that's going to happen. This is a real reading of promise. So sit with the energy here. For me, there's a slight heaviness. I'm feeling the weight of either hurt, emotional difficulty, of illness as well for some of you, of something not working out, or just that you've worked so damned hard and you're not yet seeing the results. Just hold that for a moment. You're being invited to play. Okay, so we sit here with that energy. Right, I'm going to bring these over here. Okay. We have the Six of Hearts, the past, the nostalgia, something didn't work out as we wanted. That's okay, you've been working at this. Clarification will come. You are moving through and beyond something. That's okay. You are going to need to play and see the bigger picture. You need to step away from all of this somehow. This is what is needed. Now I'm going to bring down the selenite here and create a divide here. Okay. We need to just release the past. We're going to put that lovely boundaried warrior energy, the energy of discernment. You're perfectly capable of both reviewing and seeing things clearly, and of actually making very clear decisions. It's time to go out and have fun. It's time to play. You are looking at receiving renewed vitality, the energy of the sun, the Three of Hearts, joy. This is the pathway you must follow. Now that feels so different. It's this shift. The way is being shown. This is like a rite of passage. I mean, literally there is this regeneration at a cellular level. Have fun, enjoy, let go of that need to work all the time. Everything will fall into place when you come back to your work or whatever situation it is with renewed energy. Everything will become easier and it will flow more easily. You're trying to push something here, or or there's still this sort of feeling of working through something, it's just time to let it go. Whatever that is, even if it's this pattern of life-work balance being out of kilter, it is literally, you are being asked to play, have fun, enjoy. It's liberating. That's the word that's coming through here, liberation. It's time to liberate yourself. Whether it's a thinking pattern or a belief that you have to constantly work at something, or a liberation from a past relationship in some way, or yeah, whatever it is, there's a liberation, an illumination and a liberation coming. Yeah, celebrate, get ready to celebrate, and be prepared to find exactly the way forwards that is completely right for you. It's definitely moving in, it's coming your way. The celebration will come. The new opening will come, but it's more likely to come through going out and having fun than it is through trying to make it happen. That's the energetic shift here. Wonderful friends, I have to say I'm now sitting with this side of the reading and I have a tingling in my sort of like solar plexus. It's quite interesting. Before, when we were sitting where it felt a bit heavy, I could feel a heaviness there, a weight. You know, again, just have faith and trust. If you have been a bit poorly, if you've not been well, and you're feeling that, you know, when we just haven't got the energy, recovery is coming. Start to do stuff that energetically lifts you, that makes you laugh, makes you have fun, and your energy is going to start returning. You are through the worst, you're moving forwards. And this is really lovely. And yeah, whatever you've been processing, it's got quite a strong karmic flavour. I'm going to place these angels down here. This is the angel of love. And this is the angel of, this is rose quartz. This is the angel of white quartz that literally repels negativity. It bounces off and it brings positivity. It radiates positivity. And then we have opalite, beautiful opalite angel, who actually allows us to connect with our inner voice, sometimes with the voice of our inner child. It really is time to play. Wonderful friends, yeah, I am tingling with excitement for you. It's really time to draw that line, go out, have fun. Just do it. Whatever you've been longing to do, do it. The sooner you step away from overdoing it and start to just have fun and enjoy, doorways are going to open for you and the healing you need will come. Wonderful friends, so much love to you. Namaste. Welcome to reading number 3. Our first rune is the rune of disruption. Our second rune is the rune of partnership. And the third rune is the rune of journey. Well, okay, so Hagalaz, the rune of disruption. This is like Uranus, the great awakener. Now, the energy of the rune of disruption, sometimes it literally does mean that something happens very suddenly that throws your world into sort of chaos and disrupts you, and you have to you have to attend to something unexpectedly. And with so much retrograde energy, that may well be the case for some of you. So if something unexpected has happened, trust that it is actually, that there will be purpose to it. For other people, sometimes this rune speaks of a gradual coming to your senses. Something is coming to your awareness. You're noticing something. You're seeing something with clarity. You know, when it's like getting to know someone little by little by little, and you suddenly, you really see them with real clarity. Sometimes this can suggest a need to break free from something, from a situation. We have the rune of partnership here. So this could also indicate the need to either see somebody more clearly or to break free from something, from some kind of restriction. The energy of partnership is with you. It could be a business partnership, it could be a one-on-one friendship, a one-on-one family relationship, or indeed it could be a one-on-one intimate love relationship. But either way, the rune of disruption and the rune of journey would suggest that there will be some disruption caused through some aspect of partnership or relationship. Now, the rune of journey is interesting because sometimes it can mean that we literally do travel. We're going on a journey, we're going to move somewhere, we're going to, we're literally going to travel. Sometimes it means traveling within and removing any internal obstacles within us that are blocking us to something. So we haven't yet seen the cards, but I'm going to just work with these runes for a moment in their own right as a little reading. Now, disruption, this could mean for some of you that there is a relationship where you're needing to break free from it. There's something about it, you've come to your senses, you see someone clearly, and you are needing to travel, to journey, to move. However, the other side of that coin is that for some of you, you might actually have just met somebody who's knocked your socks off, and suddenly it's like your whole world has changed. The disruption is enormous. Someone new has come into your life, and actually you're needing to journey within and maybe remove the inner blocks that you might have to being able to allow yourself to receive, to have a relationship. There may be, or allow yourself to process the emotionality of a new love or a new business opportunity, or a, so there's something around the disruption, the relationship, and the shifting, the changing, the journeying, whether it is literally traveling and moving or whether it is journeying within. Let's put the runes up there and let's see what our cards show. Okay, so we have uncertainty. This is interesting. Calm the noise within your mind. Get still and meditate. If you're still uncertain, give yourself 4 hours and meditate again. If you are still unclear, wait for 4 days, and if necessary, 4 weeks. The answer will come. Disruption. So the great awakening energy. So there is something uncertain, or some uncertainty, not being quite sure. Maybe you're not sure about somebody. Maybe you're not sure whether to stay with someone. Maybe you're not sure whether to leave someone. Maybe you're not sure whether to even take a relationship further or embark on a business relationship in some way. Or you're not sure whether to say something. If you're not sure, just give yourself that time and space. What else do we have? Okay, so we have dog, friend. Today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and a friend. That's a lovely energy. Let's see what our cards are showing us. Okay, so we have the Magician. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Moon, and we have the Six of Wands. Okay. I'm going down that two sides of the coin part of the runes here. It's really interesting how they really are a reading in their own right, really, these runes. Now, I think the rune of Hagalaz is really telling us something very important. There is some sense of uncertainty. Now, if you are waking up, coming to your senses, becoming aware of some aspect of someone that makes you feel you need to break free, some aspect of partnership, whether it's business, partnership, or whatever. It could be for some of you that you, as a really loyal person, have, given more than you've received, actually, and somebody could be taking advantage of that, and you're beginning to see that clearly. Somebody is in this for something more. The moon would suggest sometimes we do need to see something clearly. However, for other people, maybe there is that, you've met someone has knocked your socks off, or there's the business opportunity of a lifetime. You've been manifesting this, it's what you've wanted. And yet it's almost like this opportunity is leaving you feeling like, can you dare take that risk? Because it feels so uncertain to jump in at the deep end. There's something around this. You've been manifesting it, but can you dare to allow yourself to have it? Do you need to journey within and remove the inner blocks to your own self-belief? Again, have you previously been let down? So are you afraid of making that commitment? Very, very interesting. I choose to be happy. Now, I think whatever's going on around you, you've been manifesting it. You've either been manifesting a change. Well, you have been manifesting. Let's just say you've been manifesting change. That's it. Now, let's tune into aquacalcite for a moment. Divine guidance. Aquacalcite is said to open direct communication with spirit guides. It is an extraordinary crystal to sit with in meditation. So I think because it frees us from the limitations of inappropriate beliefs and attitudes, and it's also said to enhance and amplify things in your manifestations, you may find that you are literally being suddenly presented with an opportunity, and it's really hard not to feel a bit overwhelmed by it. 10 of Wands here, 4 of Cups. There's a kind of a melancholy, there's a kind of a... It's interesting, yeah, there is a kind of a melancholy around it. So I'm very curious that the 10 of Wands is clear to me here. It's like, maybe for some people you really have been overburdened by somebody. And there is that sadness, that sense of, will they ever change? And I think for some of you there is a recognition that going down that double-edged, that the two sides of the relationship coin, of a relationship perhaps coming to its natural end versus a relationship that is brand new and about to sort of take off potentially. I think for some of you there's a fear of being burdened because you've been burdened in the past, and so you're uncertain about progressing. For others, maybe you are burdened. Somebody has taken advantage of you. You're gradually, it's coming into your awareness. You're seeing someone clearly. I'm being shown as well for some of you, if you've entered something like a business partnership or you've become friends with someone, maybe they're wanting more than you can give. Maybe they're wanting more than you want to give, or you're carrying more than your fair share of the responsibility here. What I do feel is things are going to come to a space of clarity. So whether you are removing obstacles and entering a new relationship where, as I said, it's the business opportunity of a lifetime, or someone's knocked your socks off and you're really, really unsure, or whether actually you're gradually seeing someone very clearly and it's probably time to move on or to let go or to walk away or to, I think the uncertainty will disperse and the clarity will come. 6 of Wands suggests, this is about stepping up and being seen, stepping into the limelight, the moon, that powerful transition from a space where perhaps things aren't 100% clear to a space where they are. I think this uncertainty is going to be dispersed. The key here, and this is where the 4 of Cups comes in as well, I think. The key here is to get still and meditate. Don't feel overwhelmed or try to work it out. Simply allow yourself to see. There's a difference, isn't there, between trying to figure it all out, where we're very much in our head, versus just allowing the opportunity for the way to become clear. Literally that journey energy again. The way will become clear. It will become very apparent to you. If you're carrying too much responsibility, you can delegate. You can put if you're spinning too many plates, you can delegate, you can put some of them down. There's definitely a shift that takes place here. And yeah, I think the biggest overall message here is, in terms of disruption and uncertainty, don't try to prescribe the outcome or fathom it out. Allow it to be shown to you, allow it to emerge. Meditate, get still. If you're uncertain, give yourself 4 hours and meditate again. If you're still unclear, wait for 4 days, and if necessary 4 weeks, the answer will come. Don't be in a rush to make it happen, just allow it to emerge. Remain true to yourself. Be your own best friend in this instance, whether that is fostering a new relationship or a business partnership, there's definitely a one-to-one, one-on-one energy around you. As I said, whatever context of relationship that is for you, because this is a generic reading, allow the answer to come. You will be shown what you need to see. Don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about the uncertainty. I've energy shifted in every single one of these readings today, and I'm going to do the same in this one, actually, because we do need to really allow the way to be seen. You know, this Four of Cups energy, getting bogged down in overthinking, over worrying about it, it doesn't help, because if we are over worrying, we are putting, if thoughts create things, then what we're actually doing is putting an awful lot of investment when we worry into manifesting something that we don't want rather than something that we do. So very, very important actually to be able to align ourselves with an energy of allowance, of you know, practicing the art of allowing. So we're going to do a little bit of shifting here. So sit with the energy of this reading. I think this rune of disruption is coming with purpose. It's a good sign. It's to do with manifestation. Okay. So the card of uncertainty also feels a pretty healthy card, because it's actually saying to you, take your time. The way will become shown to you. You know, practice the art of allowing. So what I am going to do is shift the Four of Cups. I want us to stop worrying and trust that even when we feel uncertain, whatever we're manifesting, okay, I'm going to place that Four of Cups there. Don't worry, don't be overly concerned. Everything is good. The way will become shown. You need to be your own best friend, okay? Really, really important. You can delegate. You don't have to, again, be overburdened here. In fact, actually, we're going to shift this over. If I shift and move the energy over. So here we have the Four of Cups, and perhaps that sense of being overburdened. You need to see things clearly. The disruption is coming with purpose, and the way will be shown. Don't worry about this relationship. Don't collapse yourself into sort of the highs and lows of the emotionality. The journey is going to unfold. You are manifesting as you should. When we manifest anything new, we are stepping into a space of the unknown. Don't try to make it happen. The way will become clear. Illumination will come. You are going to be shown the way. What you do need to do is be your own best friend. Nurture yourself, nurture what is right for you. The way will become clear. Now that feels very, very different. There's now a really interesting flow of energy I'm seeing. It's that watery energy of the aquacalcite, divine guidance. The pathway will become clear to you. All will be revealed. That the way will become, success will come your way. Be prepared to step up into the spotlight, to be seen in some way as well. You know, your loyalty, your commitment to yourself as well as to others will become quite obvious and apparent to people. The disruption is here with purpose. Don't collapse yourself into the highs and lows. Don't try to make it happen, even though you are manifesting, and this is a product of your manifestation, whether it's a shift within relationship, whether it's business, friendship, intimacy, whatever it is, the way will become clear. You don't have to be any more than who you are. Simply be your own best friend, and that process of emergence will follow. Gosh, these readings this week are incredibly orientated in terms of our karmic pathway, and of course inevitably the guidance is very much about guidance and karmic shifts, moving things forwards in some way, shape or form, and in different aspects of our lives. But yeah, this is all about some aspect of partnership. It's a one-on-one relationship. The way will become clear. So yeah, just don't worry and don't invest that worrying energy. The pathway will become clear. Don't burden yourself. Yes, all will be seen. You will know what it is you need to see, what it is you need to do, and you will be, literally be prepared to step in the spotlight and be seen, I want to say, with your integrity, this intact. There's something really powerful here about you being you throughout this process, whether it is the emergence of a new space of partnership, relationship, or whether it is the closing down of one, or the clarity of in some way around that. All will become clear. Wonderful friends, tons and tons of love to you. Namaste.